Welcome to EnfinityCast, the show that explores the universe of ideas. I'm your host, Elion Quanta. Today, we're diving into a topic that's fundamental to everything we discuss here, the art of science communication. We live in an age of incredible scientific discovery, but how do we ensure those discoveries don't just stay locked away in academic journals? To help me unpack this, I'm joined by my co-host, Rhett Azure. Welcome, Rhett.
Great to be here, Elion. It's such a critical topic. I mean, what good is a groundbreaking discovery if only a dozen people in the world can actually understand it? It feels like we're building this incredible library of human knowledge, but we've forgotten to teach most people how to read the books. That's a perfect analogy right there. And it gets to the heart of the why. Why is it so vital? I think, for one, it's about democratic participation. Major societal decisions about climate change, public health, AI ethics, they all hinge on scientific principles. The public needs a baseline understanding to engage meaningfully.
Exactly, and to combat the flood of misinformation. When good, clear communication is absent, a vacuum is created, and that vacuum gets filled with fear, conspiracy, and pseudoscience. Effective SciComm is the antidote. It inoculates the public against bad information by giving them the tools to think critically.
So, we've established the why. It's essential for a functioning, curious society. Let's pivot to the how. What are the strategies? How do you take something as mind-bending as, say, quantum entanglement or CRISPR gene editing and make it digestible without, dumbing it down?
I think the most powerful tool we have is narrative, storytelling. Science isn't just a list of facts, it's a human endeavor full of drama, failure, and shocking twists. Instead of just explaining what messenger RNA is, tell the story of the decades of research, the scientists who faced ridicule, and the eureka moment that ultimately led to vaccines. Humans are wired for stories, not for data tables.
I completely agree. The human element is key. Another strategy I love is the artful analogy, which you used earlier, explaining CRISPR as a find-and-replace tool for DNA, or the expansion of the universe as raisins in a rising loaf of bread. These aren't perfect, of course, but they provide an intuitive scaffold. They give the listener a hook to hang the more complex details on.
Right. The goal of an analogy isn't to be a perfect one-to-one representation. It's to build a bridge from what someone already knows to what they don't. And that bridge can be built with different materials. We've seen an explosion of amazing visual science communication on platforms like YouTube or even TikTok. A well-designed animation can explain the Krebs cycle more effectively in 60 seconds than 3 pages of a dense textbook.
That brings up an interesting challenge, though, the risk of oversimplification. Where is the line between a helpful analogy and a misleading one? How do we ensure we're communicating the essence of the science without losing the nuance and, frankly, the truth?
That's the tightrope walk, isn't it? I think it comes down to intellectual honesty. The communicator has to acknowledge the limits of their analogy. They can say, now, this is where the comparison breaks down. The goal isn't to give someone a PhD in the topic in 5 minutes. It's to spark curiosity and provide a framework for understanding. It's not about dumbing it down. It's about leveling up the listener.
A perfect way to put it. It's a translation, not a dilution. It's about respecting your audience enough to meet them where they are and bring them along on a journey of discovery. Well, that's all the time we have for today. A huge thank you to Rhett Azure for the insightful conversation.
My pleasure, Elion.
And thank you for listening to EnfinityCast. We hope we've sparked your curiosity about how we talk about science itself. Join us next time as we explore another corner of our fascinating universe.